Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Political Excess. Today, we've got another primary. It's coming up this Saturday, August 13th, and that is in Hawaii. There's not a lot to talk about, but let's jump into it and start in the U.S. House. Both of these seats in Hawaii are very solidly blue. The Republican side is essentially completely irrelevant. All the focus will be on the Democratic side. In the 1st District, incumbent Ed Case, he's running for re-election. There's not a lot of information about this race. It does appear Ed Case has token opposition. He'll win the nomination. He will definitely win the general election. The Republicans will have a primary, but I don't think the Republicans will get anywhere near even 30 points of winning this seat. Last time, back in 2020, Ed Case won by almost 45%. So let's move on to the 2nd District. This is actually an open seat, as incumbent Democrat Kai Kahele, he's decided to run for governor instead. And he was actually only in there for one term. So he's stepping down, so there will be a primary for the Democrats to take a look at. However, there does appear to be a clear front-runner, and that is former state senator Jill Tokuda. There's a couple of polls here where she does have a lead with a ton of undecideds. But there is a market for this race, unpredicted. If we switch over and take a look at that, Jill Tokuda is at 98 cents. So unless something completely unexpected happens, I would think she will win that nomination, and then will certainly go on to win the general election against whoever the Republicans end up nominating. So let's move on to the statewide races, and let's take a look at governor. Now, this is an open seat, as incumbent Democrat David Ige is term limited. So all of the focus will be on the side of the Democrats for their primary, and you can take a look at all the candidates here if you'd like, and you can take a look at the endorsements, but there is another clear front-runner, and that is Lieutenant Governor Josh Green. So it appears that Kai Kahele gave up his seat in Congress after one term, only to go on to lose in a Democratic primary for governor. So we can see the polls here. Josh Green has a pretty substantial lead. He's over 50% in several of these polls. We can glance at the market for this race. Josh Green is at 99 cents, so he will be the nominee. It is likely to go on to win in November, but we could still take a look at the Republican side. Now, they do have a wide open primary. There's a lot of candidates running. However, the frontrunner appears to be Duke Aiona. He is also the former lieutenant governor from back in 2002 to 2010. And he also does have some experience running for governor himself. He was the nominee in 2010 and 2014, where he got about 41% and 37% respectively. So he's been through this before. He's not a bad candidate, but the tilt of the state is just so far against him that it's hard to imagine him winning. It's possible if he has a great night, he could make it close. But outside of a great night, I don't think it's going to be too close. He might very well go on to be a 3-time loser as the Republican nominee for governor of Hawaii. And finally, let's go on to the U.S. Senate race, where incumbent Democrat Brian Schatz, he's running for re-election. He will have to get through a primary with some minor opposition, but he will be that nominee. And again, on the Republican side, there's a lot of candidates. It's wide open. There's no polling. There's no market. There's very, very little attention on this race because this is one of the least likely states that the Republicans will be able to win a U.S. Senate seat for. 6 years ago, in 2016, when Brian Schatz last won, it was by over 50 points. So there is zero competition for this U.S. Senate seat. So that is a look at Hawaii. Let me know if you're following any of these races down below. And if you enjoy this channel, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.